Hello, everyone, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School. Just in time for the opening kickoff, Abraham Lincoln hosting the new Dorp Central. I think they're the Central Cougars now.
They are the Cougars.
All right, I'm Peter Andrus producing the action, and I'm going to throw it to my host with the most, Adam Calgene. Take it away, sir.
And we are coming to you live from 2800 Ocean Parkway in Brooklyn. You just saw the opening kickoff and good coverage by the kicking team from Lincoln. As we always tell you, the greatest address in high school sports. Defense is going to come out now and show us what they're made of. Lincoln Railsplitters are taking on a Staten Island team that is currently 1-4. Coming off a couple of tough losses the last couple of weeks. Not too much passing. I understand we won't see too much passing tonight. They run an option offense. They have one player in motion. Now he stops. Looks like they're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the bottom. One to the right-hand side. Quarterback keeps the ball up the middle for a small gain. They're trying to push the pile. Got a little bit of a rugby scrum going on, and they can't get him down. Wow, gain of 9 yards on the play. 8.5. Interesting play call on first down, open the game. As I mentioned, New Dorp's coming off a couple of tough losses, They lost to Curtis, 49-0 on the 3rd of October. And then after a bye week, they had a heartbreaking loss to Brooklyn Tech last week, 21-20. So it put some points on the board last week, just 1 point shy of what they needed. 2 points shy. All right, once again, quarterback is under center, number 9. He's got a player in motion, number 21. He's coming down to the bottom of your screen. Hands the ball off up the middle. And he started to make a little headway, and then he was just driven backwards. They're going to give him forward progress on the play. First down for the Cougars just before midfield. 41-yard line. Cougars are led by quarterback. Who do they have under center here? Looks like number 7. Hands the ball off again, up the middle. Carrying the pile. Looks like they might have found something on the inside here today. Another gain of about 8 yards on the play. As I mentioned, I'm not going to see too much passing today. Looks like they're trying to set up the outside now by handing the ball up the middle. Quarterback is number 7, Marat Baratov. He's 2 for 11 on the season, 20 yards passing. He has 1 touchdown. He's carried the ball 59 times for 164 yards. And once again, just a scrum up the middle. Not enough for a first down. They gained a yard on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Beautiful night here tonight at Lincoln. Sun is just about to set. Sunset was 6:02 today. It is 56 degrees here at kickoff time with a real field temperature of 50 degrees. A little bit of wind during the national anthem. Not too much wind now. All right. Quarterback once again now looks off to the side. He's got 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Somebody in the slot to the top. And a down back behind him in the backfield. Now the slot person comes in motion. And the ball's handed off up the middle for a first down. So Lincoln's got some big boys up front, but just not able to crack the case right now. A little bit of movement up the middle. 1st and 10 the 48-yard line. Looks like the clock's moving pretty well here. It looks like 7 minutes to play. The player in motion. Now they swing the ball to the outside to number 25. Gets out of bounds. That's Frank Hammer. He has 20 carries on the season, on the young season here with for 79 yards. Picked up another 3 yards there. Scrappy run around the outside. Lincoln defensive lineman down on a knee. The line of scrimmage. Looks like some substitutions from the new Dorp sideline. Sending receiver number 14 to the top of your screen. Nobody here on the bottom. 25 in motion to the right, and the quarterback keeps the ball to the right. Kind of broke through the scrum, and looks like he's close to first down yardage. We'll bring up 3rd and inches. New Dorp offensive line doing a good job, moving the pile. Moving the ball slowly down the field here. Eating up some clock. All right, they break out of the huddle. Come up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, no receivers to the bottom of your screen. 25 in the slot to the left-hand side. And the ball is going to be up the middle once again. Enough for a first down. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Chain gang is on the move. Substitutions on defense for the Railsplitters. Plays coming in from the sideline for the Cougars as they break out of the huddle. Got running back number 1, Carey Peterson, in the backfield. And the quarterback hands the ball off to number 21 with a little misdirection. And he makes a couple of moves. Pretty much, the Cougars are running the ball to the right, the right, the right, the right. Faked the ball to the right, brought the ball back out to the left. Good job setting up that play by the coaching staff from the Cougars. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Players have now come in from the new Dorp sideline. They have 1 wide receiver to the bottom of your screen, number 20. Quarterback is under center, waiting for the snap. The ball snapped, hands the ball off to number 1. Once again, just carrying the pile. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Carey Peterson. Carey Peterson has 52 carries for 196 yards and 1 touchdown. Lincoln sending in defensive tackle Brian Marseille, hoping to make a stop here for the Railsplitters. Defensive line makes some shifts. Player in motion to the right-hand side. Quarterback keeps the ball himself. Slips as he crosses through the line of scrimmage. Picks up a couple of yards. The chains are going to move. It's not the whole chain gang. Down marker is now moved up. 3rd and 2. From the 8. Baratov breaks the huddle. Up on the line of scrimmage, waiting for the snap. 2 receivers to the top, player in motion. And they bring the ball back around to the left-hand side with number 21. Lincoln had that one figured out this time. Tackle by number 12, LeBron Hicks. That'll give him 13 tackles on the season. Mr. Hicks has been contributing on both sides of the ball. He also has 11 receptions for 137 yards on offense and 2 touchdowns. As I've told you many times, the Lincoln offense has many, many weapons, and they just get so many people involved with the offense. It's got to be a joy for the coaching staff to be able to spread the ball around so much. All right, back to action. Looks like there was a penalty on the play. They backed them all the way up. Going to be 3rd down and 15 from the 20. Player in motion. Ball's back to pass. The ball's up into the end zone. And it was intercepted, but I believe it was intercepted out of bounds. Tried to keep his feet in bounds. Very good and athletic play by Johnny Bazil. Another Lincoln player who is involved on both sides of the ball. He has 7 tackles on defense and 7 catches on offense. All right, so unfortunately there was a player down on the field for the New Dorp Cougars. He's face down, and now he's kind of rolled over onto his back. He's being tended to by the trainers. Team doctors out there, athletic director Ebed on the field as well. Looks like a couple of the players from a couple of coaches from the coaching staff are now coming over. He's going to be able to get up. This is a good thing.
So while they look at him, let's look at that scoreboard in the background, huh?
Oh yeah, Pete. I haven't gotten a chance to mention that yet, but wow, what a beautiful sight. You know, it's long overdue, and it looks like it's going to be a really welcome addition to the athletic program here at Abraham Lincoln High School. We are state of the art. All right, so the player was able to get up. I think that was the quarterback, unfortunately, for the Cougars. Yes, Marat Baratov, number 7. So he'll have to go out for at least one play. I think that's going to put number 9, David Diaz, at quarterback, I believe. We will see. All right, Diaz is now over to the sideline, walking towards the sideline with the coach. So I believe he will be the man for at least one play. Diaz will be in at quarterback. He is a senior, and he has 18 carries for 90 yards on the season. Carey Peterson, number 1, in the backfield. Number 25, in motion, to the right. The ball is kept by the quarterback, and he's eaten up right away. 4th down.
I think that was actually a turnover on
Oh,
down.
that was 4th down. I'm sorry, Pete.
1st and 10.
Let's go, baby. Time for the offense to roll. Thank you, Pete. I was, I guess, a play behind. I'm going to take the chains the other way now.
Sometimes I am able to pay attention.
Well, you have a lot on your plate, my friends. But I'd like to have you in the booth with me here tonight. Okay. Lincoln offense, as usual, not in a huddle, right up on the line of scrimmage, ready to rock. Borey in the backfield with, looks like he's got number 8, Makai Negron, who breaks a tackle and now makes a move. Oh, my goodness, he's shifting. Oh, wow. He made a lot of moves for a gain of a yard, maybe. But he was stopped dead in the backfield by about 3 defenders, and then he just made a couple of moves to get away from them. Borey's now in the backfield by himself. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 receivers to the top. The ball snapped. Quick throw to number 14. And he's taken down right away. Shoulder tackle by number 9, David Diaz, the senior from the Cougars. That'll give him 16 tackles on the season. Very involved on both sides of the ball. All right, Borey in the backfield. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. He's going to keep the ball himself. He's running up the middle. Ball's whistled dead. It's kind of, he was like, wow, this whole field is opening up for me here, but it's a full start on the offense. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. From the 18. The 21-yard line. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Offsides on the defense. Encroachment. Good job by Lincoln holding their spot, getting the ball back, getting back a couple of yards they lost. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2. From the 30. 2 receivers to the bottom, 3 receivers to the top. Empty backfield. Once again, New Dorp, they're showing blitz, but they're just a little too aggressive. Just a little too aggressive. Getting over that line of scrimmage and giving Lincoln another 5 yards and a first down. Borey takes the snap. He's ready to design run play up the middle. He's keeping it, and looks like he got about 10 yards on the play. I like the idea of Lincoln rushing there, going fast, trying to catch them off guard. It was a 9-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 1. Borey throws the ball to number 14, Johnny Bazil. Forced out of bounds at about midfield. Enough to move the chains. So Bazil very involved with the offense tonight. A timeout called on the field. Ball on the 46-yard line. Score is currently 0-0. New Dorp came out, moved the ball down the field. Pretty good. Got it all the way down. Just weren't able to punch it in. Unfortunately, they suffered a penalty as they got the ball down to close to the goal line and took them back and then shot themselves in the foot, as they say. Okay, that looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter as we reverse the field. And the Lincoln Railsplitters will now be trying to drive the ball towards Shore Parkway. Takes the snap, throws the ball quick to the sideline, quick snap. Bazil once again. Gain of 5 yards on the play, 4 yards on the play. So Lincoln's quarterback, Christian Borey's got just missed that one. Pass intended for number 3, Jaden Brooks. Very dynamic player, Jaden Brooks. Transfer student from Canarsie High School. Right, Borey's in the backfield, takes a shotgun snap, hands the ball off. Runner's got some room to run. That was Makai Negron. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Lincoln's going to get right back up on the ball. Negron is going to be to the right-hand side of Borey as he takes the shotgun snap. He hands the ball off to him again as he crosses across the middle. And he's going. He's got room to run. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the goal line. Touchdown, Lincoln Railsplitters. Makai Negron with a beautiful run. Met all kinds of people in the middle of the field, but he was able to slice and dice through the defense and score the touchdown. That's the way to start the second quarter. Okay. Josh Cartagena is going to come on to kick extra point. Timeout, Lincoln. I don't know if they have the right personnel in or they decide maybe they want to go for two now. Coach O'Connor is out there with the guys. He's in the huddle. Pumping them up. He's pumped up. Okay, so Lincoln's wearing their silver helmets tonight. Lincoln in script, both sides of the helmet. Their numbers in the back of the helmet. Wearing navy blue jerseys this evening with white numbers, silver lining around all the numbers. White pants, navy blue stripe down the side. And that silver helmet has the railroad down the top, of course. All right, Cartagena on to kick. He's 10 of 14 on the season for extra points. Kick is up, and it's good. All right, so good start for the Lincoln offense. Ending the first quarter into the beginning stages of the second quarter. 7-0 lead. Great energy here tonight. Lincoln Field. Principal Hogenboom on the field. It's not very often that I'm approached by the coaching staff before the game, but I was approached by the coaching staff to give a shout out to Coach Vinny Aceto. We're thinking about you, and we need you back here on the sidelines. That's what was told to me by the coaching staff. So they're thinking of you. Get well soon, and we can't wait to have you back. All right, so Cartagena is placing the ball down on the 40-yard line. He has his kicking team around him. New Dorp has 5 players on the front line, 4 players on the 30-yard line, 2 players deep. One of those deep men is number 4, Anthony Fernandez. He does have 20 return yards on the season. Are we ready? We are ready. The ball is kicked, ground ball kick up the middle. Fumbled by the first guy and then received by number 4, who I said he can run a little bit. He was mashed out by Ron Jones, but then he got off of him somehow. Nice hit by Ron Jones. All right, Ron Jones is going to stay out on the field, lead his defense. Just over 9 minutes to play in the first half. Lincoln has a 7-0 lead. New Dorp offense coming from this sideline out onto the field. They run a pretty tight offense, no receivers. You got 2 to the top of your screen now on the away sideline, player in motion around the side, and not much happening. Tackle by numbers 63, 57, and number 19. Stephen Rollins is on the action. So New Dorp is in the huddle. You know, most of the teams in our division do not huddle. We pretty much run hurry-up offenses, so it's a little bit of a change of pace here tonight. Now they bring a receiver here to the bottom of your screen, number 17. The ball snapped, and again, they're just trying to keep it up the middle with a rugby scrum. Maybe a gain of 2 yards on the play. Yes, I guess I'm noticing now Baratov is not in at quarterback, so hopefully he's not injured. too seriously. Number 9, David Diaz, in at quarterback for the Cougars. One wide receiver to the bottom, one wide receiver to the top. Player in motion, but it's just misdirection. The ball's thrown behind. That might be a live ball. That was a backwards pass. All right, so dead ball. They'll bring up 4th down and 7. Substitutions on defense. Number 17, Jaden Charles. Junior defensive back end for the Railsplitters. Ball snapped. Oh, close to being blocked there. Takes a new Dorp bounce and rolls all the way down to the 28-yard line. So Lincoln will have a little bit of field to negotiate here. They want to get a couple more points on the board. Lincoln offensive squad huddled around Coach Curry, Coach DeSiena. Close to the home sideline here, around the 35-yard line. Now they're going to get right up on the line of scrimmage. Borey's going to line up in a shotgun snap. Number 5, Christian Young to his right-hand side. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 receivers to the top. Changing up the play at the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped. Borey's back to pass. Pump fakes. Throws the ball up the middle, but underthrown. 2 receivers in the area. Number 12, LeBron Hicks. And number 16, Frankie Ortiz. All right. Pay attention to Ortiz. He's the man closest to the line of scrimmage at the bottom of your screen. Ball snap. Borey's back to pass. 2-step drop. Quick, slow. Through the hands of number 14, Bazil. Bunch of passing attempts tonight by the Railsplitters. Now Ortiz is going to go and line up in the slot on the right-hand side. Actually, he's going to be the second receiver on the right-hand side. Now he's in motion down to the bottom of your screen. Borey's back to pass. Quick little throw to number 9. He's got some room to run. Blockers in front of him. He's out of bounds. I guess that was number 8, Mekina Grand. I'm sorry. Two wide receivers to the bottom, 3 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Borey looks at his wristband, checks the play, waits for the shotgun snaps. The ball's handed off. We have a runner up the middle with a little bit of room to run. And he's rumbling. Number 5, Christian Young on the carry. Enough to move the chains. Many, many, many options. Many, many weapons on offense for the Railsplitters. Borey takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass again. He's going to throw the ball down the field for number 12. Oh, he just dropped it. LeBron Hicks with the drop. That would have been a short touchdown. Hicks with the hiccup. All right, let's see if he can corral the next one. All right, Borey's waiting for the shotgun snap. Now he's got Jaden Brooks here to the bottom of the screen. Borey's going to keep the ball himself, and he's going. He's gone. 20, 10, touchdown. Borey Rock in the house. Way to be, Borey. He saw that field open up in front of him, and he said, this is my time. Let's see the replay, baby. Great job. He didn't even have to run full speed there. Strolls into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. All right, so. All right, I guess not. We're starting over. That was exciting. All of that excitement for nothing. Borey takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Throws a quick pass to Brooks. Now Brooks has got some room to run. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Jaden Brooks. And he's down on his knees with the celly. So many options. Here comes the replay. Borey with the pass. Brooks, he's got a lot of speed and a lot of anger the way he runs the ball. Great job by the Railsplitters, shaking off the penalty and just coming right back at him. It looks like now they're going to set up and go for two. Borey's shotgun snap. He's got number 7 behind him, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. Giovanni Napoleon, big man in charge. Napoleon has been involved mostly on defense. I have him lined up with 10 tackles for his stat pack. And now he has a 2-point conversion to add to that. All right, 14-0 Railsplitters. 2 minutes to play in the first half. New Dorp's coming out onto the field with their receiving team. Okay, Cartagena is back to kick. He's got 10 guys on the 35-yard line with him, and they're ready to go. The ball is a little pop-up kick that bounces back and hits one of the New Dorp players on the hands, but they're able to fall on top of it. Or did Lincoln able to sneak in there and steal one? All right. Lincoln's signaling like they have the ball, but New Dorp obviously is signaling as if they have the ball too. So, wow, Lincoln with the ball. Wow, interesting little kick. You know, Cartagena usually, if he kicks the ball a line drive, he runs through it and he kicks the ball hard. If he really booms the ball, he kicks it hard. It was a little bit of a different approach for him there, and I kind of like what they did because they caught New Dorp off guard. The ball bounced. It took a really weird bounce and hit one of the guys, and then I guess Lincoln just able to just get in there and swoop in there and steal the ball. I mean, this is the time for a big strike right now. I would expect Borey to go towards the end zone right now, and I've been looking for Ortiz. All right, so you got Bazil to the top of your screen all by himself. Ortiz, Charles, and Brooks to the bottom. The ball, he's airing it out. He's going all the way. Oh, man, he just overthrew LeBron Hicks. Same play design as earlier, just not as good of a throw, all right? But that's exactly what you expect to see off a turnover is take that quick strike down to the end zone. Good call by the coaching staff here for Lincoln. All right, so now the clock showing about 7 minutes to play here in the first half. A little under 7 minutes. Borey's in the backfield with number 8. Take the snap. He's going to throw a quick snap throw to number 11. And he's fighting to stay in bounds, but they end up getting him out of bounds. Well, that must have been 14. Bazil. Borey's back to pass again to Bazil. And he tried to make a move towards the outside, but they were able to get him. Enough for first down yardage. Going to move the chains. Get him a little closer towards the end zone. All right. Borey takes a shotgun snap. He hands the ball off up the middle to number 8, Mekhi Negron. And he's shifty. He's shiesty. And he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Number 8, Mekhi Negron. With the big touchdown. Excellent. Exactly what Lincoln wants to do. Get a turnover, come out, drive the ball down the field, and score the touchdown. Mekhi Negron has 6 total touchdowns on the season. That will be his 7th. And Cartagena is back out to kick. I think they're telling me he might have missed the first one. I said he hit it, so my bad. Let's see what we got here. And the kick is blocked. And that's a dead ball. Lincoln has 20-0 lead. Couple minutes to play. All right, kicking teams now. Going to go back out. Line up on the 35. Keeping Cartagena busy tonight. A lot of smiles on the coaching staffs, on the faces of the coaching staff here on the sideline. 20-0 lead. About 5 minutes to play in the first half. Tonight's game is being refereed by Stephen Levine, Gary App, Daniel Flannery, John Svorvich, and Robert Campanelli. Those are tonight's referees for our game here in Coney Island. All right. Kicking team breaks their huddle around Cartagena. He's ready to kick. Let's see what he gives us this time. Ron Jones is asking if they're ready. I think they might be ready. And the kick is a line drive, ground ball kick up the middle, received by number 4. And he is their return man, Anthony Fernandez. Returned the last 2 kicks. Got a nose for the ball. He just seems to get his hands on it. All right, time to play defense. Usual suspects on the defensive line. Brian Marseille. Number 75, Daniel Zephyr in the middle, holding it down. And number 58, Omar Joseph at the right tackle. Defensive ends are Giovanni Napoleon and Brooks. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 11. Penalty on the play. Johnny McDermott in. Nose guard, number 78. Big man up front. Like a gain of about 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4 from the 45-yard line. New Dorp Cougars break out of the huddle, up to the line of scrimmage, behind number 9, quarterback. Player in motion to the left-hand side, fake the ball to the motion runner. Enough first down yardage on the play. You got that. You got the yardage you needed. Nice gritty carry by number 9, David Diaz, the senior quarterback. Yeah, Mercedes going back in now, defense. New Dorp Cougars break out of the huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage. One wide receiver to the top of your screen. Everybody else is tight to the line. Quarterback is under center, player in motion. They hand the ball up the middle. He's tackled immediately by number 7, Giovanni Napoleon. That'll give him 12 tackles on the season. He had 10 coming into tonight's game. Boy, it's our first helmet shuffle over here at Lincoln Stadium. They're back on the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped and thrown to number 21. Takes the ball around the left-hand side. Interesting play design, the way they throw that option pass out there. It almost looks unnatural. All right, 3rd down and 3. From the 44. Don't expect too much temperature change tonight. It's going to kind of stay about the same. You know, it's a little chilly, but definitely football weather. No real football player would be mad at this weather. Okay. Now we have a wide receiver to the bottom of your screen. Now player coming in motion, and the quarterback's going to keep the ball himself, but Ron Jones just ate him up. That was lunch for Ron Jones. Nice job reading the play. Tackle for a loss. Oh, it was 56. Sean Pilgrim. My bad. That was Pilgrim on the tackle. So used to Ron Jones making those plays. All right, timeout called on the field. Lincoln defenders are over here by the home sideline. Getting a little bit of a water break. Talking to the coaching staff. Coach O'Connor, Coach Curry in the mix. A whole bunch of coaches out there. New Dorp team huddled around their coaching staff on the away sideline. Bunch of great matchups in varsity football today. Eagle Academy was playing Tottenville at 4 o'clock. Stuyvesant playing John Adams at 6. JFK Campus at Susan Wagner, also 6 o'clock. August Martin at East Harlem Pride, 6 o'clock. Okay, quarterback is under center, is waiting for the snap. Actually, he's going to be the punter. They're running a fake punt. And they did not get enough yards for the first down. They're going to turn over on downs. The punter faked the ball as it was going over his head. And the up back kept the ball, but Lincoln wasn't faked. They were not fooled. Coaching staff must have told them, look it out for the fake punt. Now they'll send the offense back out on the field. One more chance. Put some more points on the board. Three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Christian Borey takes the shotgun snap, and their ball's whistled dead. Full start on the offense. Gonna walk them back. Five yards. 1st and 15. From the 39. Okay, three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. One to the top. Borey takes the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Two-step drop. The ball is dropped, I think. Intended for Bazil. Threw the ball into some traffic there. Second and 15. Everybody's checking their wristbands. Number 12, LeBron Hicks here at the bottom of your screen. Bazil is at the top. Borey's back to pass. Throws the ball to Hicks. He breaks one tackle. He tries to break a second, but he's not able to. With the spot, he's going to get the ball just over midfield. Actually, they're going to put it right before midfield. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 50. The ball snapped. Borey's back to pass. He's rolling back. He got the ball to number 5, and he's going to go. He's got one tackle to break, two tackles to break, three tackles to break. Couldn't break the last one. Good catch and run by Christian Young to move the ball into scoring position. All right, Lincoln rushes up to the line of scrimmage. Borey's back to pass, shoulder fake, throws the ball into the end zone. Touchdown, Francisco Ortiz with the catch. They were setting that one up for a while. They were throwing the ball to everybody but him. And now he's in the end zone all by himself. Touchdown. Railsplitters. 26-0. Closing stages of the first half. Beautiful pass by Borey. Just put it right on him. All right. Borey's going to keep the ball up the middle for the 2, and he gets in. He fights. Borey rock. Showed motion to the outside, away from the play. Kept the ball right up the middle. Great job by the offense. Strike fast, move fast. Get the ball down the field. Put the points on the board. $26-0. Can't imagine there's too much time left here in the first half. Kicking team huddled around Cartagena. See if we could, in the second half, maybe get some of the second team players some work. It's always a good feeling for the coaching staff to be able to see some of your other players and see what they have to offer. Who's ready to step up, be more involved, either side of the ball. Cartagena's coming up to kick. Now he kicks the ball to the right-hand side, up the middle. Got a big boy running the ball, number 32, coming around the outside, and he's rumbling. They get him out of bounds, number 33. That's Jacob Taylor. He's a junior. He was trying to make something happen for his team there. You never know. Sometimes you could spark something by just making one play. Lincoln defense looking to make the stop. Lock it down. End of the first half here. Gonna play somewhat of a prevent defense. Maybe they're moving their defensive backs back pretty far. So, Brooks has been up at the line of scrimmage almost most of the game, and now he's about 15 yards off the ball. Player in motion to the bottom of your screen. They hand the ball off to that player, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage by number 63, Mercedes. I think I heard it's about a minute to play, or is that the end of the half? That's the end of the half. Railsplitters currently have a 26-0 lead. Looking to come back out in the second half and build on that. We will see you guys in a little while. New Dorp is back to kick. Number 11 kicks the ball end over end into the backfield. Received by number 5, Nakai Negron. And he's got some room to run. He gets the ball all the way to midfield, up to the 49-yard line. I'm sorry, Christian Young's 5. My bad. Christian Young with the return yardage. All right, Lincoln's going to come out onto the field, play offense. Looks like Young is going to be in the backfield with Borey. Looks like he's going to have Negron and Young in the backfield with him. So a 3-back set. 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Johnny Bazile here on the bottom of your screen. The ball goes to Young. Gain of 7 yards on the play. Christian Young with the carry around the left-hand side. 3-back set for Borey as he waits for the shotgun snap. Hands the ball, he throws the ball to Nakai Negron as he got some room to run around the right-hand side here. Forced out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 27-yard line. First down play. Borey is accurate here in the second half. Johnny Bazile to the bottom of your screen. Christian Young to the right, Negron to the left. The ball goes to Young. He's going to take it around the left-hand side. Breaks 1 tackle. Gain of 12 yards on the play. Another first down as the Railsplitters continue to move the chains down the field. Still time or a chance for 1 more first down before they get towards the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 18. Borey waits for the shotgun snap. Snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, but he's bottled up. He got nowhere to go. Good job by the New Dorp Cougar defense there. Right, 2nd and 10. Jaden Brooks in with the offense. Christian Young comes off. Boy's going to have Negron to his right-hand side. And pay attention to Brooks at the top of your screen, lined up as split out. Ball's passed to Negron. He's got 1 defender to beat. He makes a move, and he's into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Beautiful shifty move by Negron. Mackay is the guy for the touchdown. Lincoln on the board early in the second half with 6 more. Cartagena back out to kick the extra point. All right, Cartagena is actually going to play on the line. Borey's going to wait for the shotgun snap with Negron to his right-hand side. Now he's going to shift Negron to the left. Shotgun snap, received, hands the ball off to Negron. He tries to make a move backwards. He's eaten up at the line of scrimmage by number 16. Nicholas Tuminello on the tackle. All right, so they do not get to 2. Currently have a 34-0 lead with 10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Good vibes on the sideline. Coaches are still coaching up all their players as they come off the field. Kicking team out on the field. Everybody's out there except for the kicker. He's looking for his kicking ball. Cartagena talking to Coach O'Connor. I think they're looking for the kicking tee. Oh, there we go. Somebody's got it. Kicking tees being brought out onto the field. Cartagena. Drop the tee on the 40-yard line and back his guys up to the 35. Looks like New Dorp Cougars not really expecting a deep kick as their return man is up around the 30-yard line. They have one player behind him, 2 players behind him. 5 players on the front line. The ball's kicked up the middle through the legs of number 20. Picked up by number 21. And he is tackled after a gain of about 2 yards by a whole mess of Lincoln defenders. Number 0, number 29, 28, 15 in on the tackle. Everybody wants to get a piece of that. Lincoln defense on a knee, up at the line of scrimmage. New Dorp Cougars break out of their huddle. They break out of their huddle from the sideline, come up to the line of scrimmage now. Behind number 9 quarterback David Diaz. He steps up under center. He's got one wide receiver to the top of your screen. And they hand the ball, no, he keeps the ball himself, but he's chewed up right away. Behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 yards on the play. Great job by the defense, sniffing that one out. So aside from the first drive, maybe the second drive for New Dorp, they kind of ran out of gas after that. You know, able to move the ball all the way down the field on the opening drive, eat up some clock, but then the penalties just started to rip them apart. And they haven't had too many penalties since then, but they just can't really seem to get the offense clicking. Obviously, the defense of the Railsplitters is playing very well. Okay. Ball is handed off to number 21 as he comes in motion from the right-hand side to the left, shaken up on the play. He went down. Being tended to by his battery mate, Carrie Peterson, number 1. Now the New Dorp players are all taking a knee. Coaching staff and trainers are coming over. Coach O'Connor is out there. Team doctor. Trainer from the Lincoln staff is out there as well. Sounds like the cheerleaders have the right energy tonight on the sidelines. Love that. Always love the energy that the cheerleading squad brings to this sideline, to this home football situation. Coach Lidvack and the JV players are looking forward to a matchup against New Dorp tomorrow night, right here at Lincoln, 6 p.m. If you're in the area, come down and support the boys in blue. All right, so New Dorp Cougars break out of their huddle. Number 9 steps under center. 25 in motion to the right, stops. Comes back around now. Lines up in the slot on the left-hand side, bottom of your screen. And they just try to scrum the ball up the middle again and met by a large pile of Lincoln defenders. mentioned before, beautiful night for football. Railsplitters are in control. 34-0 lead. About halfway through the third quarter. And this is when the clock starts to move kind of fast at this stage of the game. So, number 9, David Diaz, under center, 25 in motion. They hand the ball off to the up back, and he's tackled immediately. Carrie Peterson, tackle for a loss. Behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Lincoln interior lineman. Gave him forward progress that didn't even exist. Bring up second and long. They're right on top of the ball out of their huddle, so. 21 in motion now to the bottom of your screen. One's gonna keep the ball, take the ball. Knocked down by number 12, LeBron Hicks. Dorp in their huddle. Breaking out of the huddle. Number 9 steps under center. No wide receivers. Again, it's to try to keep the ball up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Unfortunately, there are 2 new Dorp players down on the field now. They're both face down on the ground. The team doctor from the Lincoln sideline. Oh, helmet shuffle number 2 on the big board. All right, it's in the middle. Where do we think it's going? I lost track of it. Where is it? Where is it? Number 1. A bunch of the players on the sideline got it right. All right, so unfortunately, those 2 players are still down. They both rolled over on their backs now, talking to the doctor. One's talking, there's 2 doctors on the field. And one of the coaches from New Dorp. Actually, the whole coaching staff from, a lot of the coaching staff from New Dorp is on the field with their players. You know, as the doctors tend to them. Let's see if I can get back to the scoreboard and maybe give you some of the other matchups that they had in high school sports today. Go back to psal.com. I think we had mentioned other 6 o'clock games. Lane is going to play McKee. Staten Island Tech, 6 o'clock. Cardozo will play John Jay Campus at 6 o'clock. FDR is going to play Columbus at 6:30. Oh, a rare 6:30 start. PSAL baseball. There's a couple junior varsity matchups this afternoon as well. Mott Haven played East Harlem Pride at 4 o'clock. Tilden played FDR at 5 o'clock. Busy day in PSLL sports. Badminton matchups in the varsity level. Fencing also is a varsity level. Obviously football as we're here and we're live. A bunch of soccer matchups for the Multiple Pathways League. Boys varsity soccer, local here in the neighborhood. Oh, playoff game, Madison against Beacon at 3:30. And a bunch of girls soccer varsity matchups, also playoff games. Monroe played Murrow, 3:30. Fort Hamilton played Stuyvesant. Bayside played Midwood. Francis Lewis played Clinton. Health Professionals played Cardozo. All right, we're going to get back to football action on the field now. New Dorp Cougars are going to huddle up on offense for their 4th down try. They have a punter out there. He's counting up to make sure he's got 10 guys in front of him. The up back now steps back. Need about 3 yards. They actually snapped the ball to the punter, and he's got a decent punt up very high. And the ball takes a New Dorp bounce, but received by Francisco Ortiz, and Ortiz is fast. But he's tackled, bottled up by a bunch of ND guys. Around the 40-yard line. I got to get in the line of sight of Ortiz right before the second half started, and I was telling him I wanted another touchdown. Gave me a big smile. I'm sure he wants another touchdown too. All right, let's see what Lincoln does here. Looks like we may see second string quarterback. Let's see. Maybe in the 4th quarter. Offense is strolling out there. It's like, yes, we're going to see the second string quarterback come out. Give us some work, Jules Lynch. All right, so Lynch is going to line up at shotgun formation with Christian Young to his left side. He's going to bring Ortiz in motion from the right to the left and throw the ball to Ortiz. Ortiz shakes off one tackle, bakes another tackle, and then he's tackled by about 3 or 4 guys after a gain of 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 1. Oh, they're giving him a 1st down on that. So he did get 10 yards on the play. 1st and 10. The ball snapped. Handed off to number 5. Christian Young almost saw daylight there. He wants the ball again. He's hoping he gets that much room to run again. All right, Jules Lynch. Setting up shotgun formation. He's got 3 wide receivers to the bottom of his screen. Number 12, LeBron Hicks to the top. He's back to pass. Drops back. Throws the ball off of Christian Young's hands. Christian Young wants that one back. All right. 1st and 10. Just over midfield. Railsplitters rallying around the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. LeBron Hicks to the top. Jules Lynch takes the shotgun snap, throws the ball quick to Hicks, shakes off one guy, and he's running 20, 10, touchdown, LeBron Hicks. Into the end zone. Quick snap pass by Jules Lynch, his 1st touchdown on the season. And the Railsplitters are in control all the way. Great job all around, moving the ball around to different players, getting the 2nd string quarterback involved, getting a bunch of different players involved, all different types of play calls. Incredible job. Cartagena gives himself the blessing. The ball snapped. It's down, late. It's up. And that one was no good. Wide left. So obviously I made mine to pay attention to the referees and their signal that time around. All right, so can't put the exclamation point on it. I think the snap was a little late and the ball getting that hold was a little late getting it down. So that potentially could have screwed Cartagena up a little bit. He's not too happy coming off the field. He looks a little mad. But if you would 10 or 13 coming into the game and potentially miss 2, you wouldn't be happy either. Well, this time he's got the kicking tee and the ball, and he's heading out to his kicking team on the field. Bori's over here on the sideline. He's got his helmet off, so great job by him today, commanding the offense to a decent lead. Able to hand the ball over to his counterpart, Jules Lynch. Let him get some work. Let the offense get comfortable around him and everything that he has to offer. As they call him last week on Sage Media, Mr. Bori, our quarterback. Cartagena, end over end line drive kick received by number 25. And he breaks one tackle, circles back, and then he is ripped up by Nathaniel Sterling, number 28, with the free and clear tackle. Great job with the coverage. Looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter, I believe. Waiting to get some confirmation from the referees. Yeah, looks like they're going to reverse the field here, and we're going to start playing the fourth quarter. 40-0, Lincoln Railsplitters. You know what? Even with a 40-point lead, coaches are still doing their job here on the sideline. Players are still asking questions. Coaches are still giving answers. There's a lot of different things happening over here on the sideline. It's really good to see. Okay, some substitutions on defense. A couple different guys on the defensive front. New guys in the backfield. Going to give those guys that worked so hard for the first 3 quarters a little bit of a break here. 25 comes in motion to the bottom. They're going to keep the ball up the middle. Number 9, quarterback. Tackled right away by number 18 and number 22, Kenneth Singletary and Kevin Elias with the stop. New Dorp Central High School in the huddle, trying to work their ball towards Surf Avenue end zone. They got one wide receiver to the bottom of your screen, one guy in the backfield. Keep the ball up the middle with the running scrum and get a little something with it. Okay. Gain of 5 yards on the play. A 3rd and 5. Substitutions on defense. So Marshall Stewart Jr. coming in to play on the defensive line. New Dorp breaks out of the huddle, comes up to the line of scrimmage. They got number 1 in at quarterback now. Carrie Peterson. lined up on the center. We get Lincoln to go off sides. Carey Peterson in on the center. Number 21 in motion to the top of your screen. One's going to keep the ball himself. Breaks one tackle, two tackles. First down yardage on the play. Forced out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. Substitutions on defense for the Railsplitters. Two guys in. Two guys out. Number 54, Zaire Perkins. Into play linebacker. Oh, he's down defensive lineman. He's in a tackle. And number 78, Johnny McDermott. Carey steps on the center. He's got 25 in motion to the right, and he's going to keep the ball himself to the right-hand side. Cut it inside. Right off tackle. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Substitutions on offense now for the New Dorp Cougars. Substitutions on defense, rightfully so. Coach O'Connor sending out Mercier. Play on a defensive line. Number one's going to step up and under center. Probably going to keep it himself. Yeah, he's just going to try to go up the middle. I think these runs that they're trying to take the ball up the middle with the scrum, they're just trying to set up other plays off of that. And fake the ball back inside and then try to pull something in or out. Third down and 3. New Dorp looks over to the sidelines. Plays coming in. They break out of their huddle. Come up to the line of scrimmage. They got one wide receiver to the top of your screen, but he's in tight. 21 in motion to the top. And then the ball's handed off to number 2, but he's tackled immediately and driven backwards by number 49, and I want to say it was 19. Unfortunately, it looks like New Dorp has a player down now on the floor. Number 50. Senior being tended to by the doctors now. New Dorp coaching staff out there. So we're being joined in the booth by Principal Hogan. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. It's so nice to join you.
Yeah, wonderful having you here. We had you here a couple of weeks ago, so unfortunately Neil was not able to join us tonight. So hopefully he's doing well at home. Hello, Neil. And Ari's trying to take your job.
I'm trying to take Neil's job, right. And even though you seem to be doing so well on your own, Adam, I don't know.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, as I've said to you guys all the time, it makes it easy when you love what you do. So I love being here. I love being a part of it. Look at that building in the background. It just looks amazing.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Football weather helps, too.
Beautiful football weather and homecoming. One of our alumni said to me, "Oh, my goodness, I wish it was this good when I was here."
Well, listen, we're always trying to improve things here at Abraham Lincoln High School on the athletic side, on the scholastic side, social side. Lincoln families, communities growing by leaps and bounds every season passes.
Well, we just had an honor roll assembly in the auditorium, and the auditorium was packed, which was just wonderful. So many of our students doing well academically.
That's great. All right, player in motion to the top. Number one's going to keep the ball himself. Once again, just not really getting much. They got this figured out. So the interior alignment of the defense is able to make a lot of good plays here. All right, so it's going to be turnover on downs. Railsplitters is going to come back out on offense.
Now, Adam, have you mentioned that the principal of New Dorp, Seth Schoenfeld, used to play football here for Lincoln?
I did not mention that. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's a great little tidbit right there. All right, so looks like okay. We're gonna have another runner, another offensive player. Kashmir Lewis getting involved on the offense. Great job by the Lincoln coaching staff, just giving some other players some touches now. Jules Lynch in the backfield, 3-back set, takes the high shotgun snap, throws the ball immediately off the hands of number 27, Jacob Alava. There was a penalty before the ball was thrown. And the refs are still blowing their whistles. All right, so let's get back to this assembly. Let's talk about this assembly that you had in the building.
Well, we really like to celebrate when people do things well, whether athletically or academically or socially. And so we had an assembly for all the students who made the honor roll. They all got lanyards. We said that if they keep on making the honor roll, they'll get a backpack. And of course, you're not going to make good grades just to get a backpack, but it's a fun recognition of doing well. And that's what I think is important, to recognize accomplishments.
Absolutely, and to be recognized in front of your peers and in the building, in the community, is very nice.
Yes.
We certainly love everything that you guys do here for the students. And you could see it. You could just see it on their faces sometimes. It just, it's a great environment all around. The sport programs, they just transition so well to everything that the school has to offer to the children of this community.
It's about finding something that you're good at and something that is fun to do with your friends, with your peers. Be it sports, be it a club, be it something academically.
Yeah, I'll have to get some numbers and some stuff on that as we lead into baseball season next year about different clubs and talk a little bit more about the inner workings of the student body here at Lincoln High School.
Well, tomorrow we have a Halloween open house from 1 to 3 where all members of the community are welcome. Different clubs have a room on the first floor where, they dress up in costumes and do a few spooky things and hand little kids candy. So it's a really fun little safe activity for young people and their families to come.
I think that part to me is amazing. I did hear about this last year. And it's just amazing to me because if you look around in the neighborhood, there's a lot of buildings, a lot of high-rise buildings. So, trick-or-treating, it's just maybe not as easy or as accessible for some children in this neighborhood. So they're able to come door to door here at Abraham Lincoln. All right, Jules Lynch takes the shotgun snap, and he's keeping the ball up himself. Now they got a little bit of rugby scrum themselves going up the middle. He carries a bunch of defenders with him for a couple of yards. New Dorp's coming out of the pile with the ball as if they had it, but I'd have to say his forward progress would stop at some point. And the referees are putting the ball down, and it's still going to be in Lincoln's possession. First down, just over midfield. It's got to be close to the 4-minute warning or right under the 4-minute warning. All right, you have 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 1 wide receiver to the bottom. 3-back set. Jules Lynch takes the shotgun snap, hands the ball off to number 28. He runs the ball off the right tackle. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. And bring up 2nd and 7, just over midfield. I'm sure the children in this neighborhood really look forward to that day tomorrow, too.
Oh, it's an exciting day also for our students to see the joy on the children's faces.
Yes. All right, 28 around the right-hand side. He beats a couple of tacklers, and he's going into the end zone for the touchdown. What a run, Nathaniel Sterling. Wow, Wow, great job. I almost didn't see that one coming.
The speed on the outside.
It's just amazing. Again, so many different weapons, so many different options. That was some run around the outside. Great blocking by the lineman up front.
Yeah, after a run like that, you're almost terrified there's going to be a flag.
I know. I missed one before where I was still talking about a touchdown that got called back from Ori, unfortunately. All right, so Jules Lynch in for the 2-point conversion. He's got one running back to his right-hand side, takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to keep it himself up the middle. Is he going to be able to stretch over? Waiting for the signal. He is not. He just comes up short. Lincoln 46. The Cougars, nothing. Ron Jones running out and congratulating some of the offensive players. I think that might be the game. That's it. Everybody's going to line up on the 50. That's the game. Great job by the Lincoln Railsplitters. Great job by the Lincoln media staff pulling it all together. Great job by Peter Andrus doing all the hard things he has to do to make all of this stuff work.
I make it look easy, though, don't I?
Yes, you do,
Yes,
my friend. You absolutely do.
He always makes it look easy.
Great job to everybody involved. Thank you, Principal Hugenboom, for coming and visiting, and we look forward to hopefully having you back maybe one more time before the season ends.
And thank you, Adam. Thank you for your wonderful announcing. You really bring the game to life for all of us.
Like I said, I really appreciate it, and I love being here. All right, so we're going to sign off. The final score, Railsplitters 46, Cougars 0. We will see you back here in 2 weeks. When do we play again? I'm sorry.
1 week. We're on November 1st, Saturday,
next
November
Saturday
1st.
night at 6 o'clock. We will see you next Saturday night.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks to our incredible crew. Thanks to Athletic Director Rena and Ebed. And as always, thank you to my wonderful wife for always supporting my media habits. We will see you next time.